Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout. I am reviewing and commenting on the Hilltop Action Journal. The Hilltop Action Journal, February to March 2024, Hilltop Action Coalition, volunteer organized, Hilltop Action Coalition.org is the website. The website is hilltopactioncoalition.org. Worse than you can imagine, unfair trial regarding death of Emmanuel Ellis. That is the headlines for their bi-monthly action newspaper called the Hilltop Action Journal. Worse than you can imagine. Justice for Manning by Josh Risberg. I'm just only going to read highlights and bits and parts. So I read the first paragraph. I followed closely the trial of 3 former Tacoma police officers charged with the homicide of Emmanuel Ellis. I did not miss one day. I went to the courthouse and sat with the family as much as I could. They were gracious enough to open their hearts to me and give me a family pass. I was able to witness everything firsthand. The days I could not attend the trial, I streamed it and listened to every single word. What I will do in this article is list and order all the calamities of the justice that occurred in that courtroom. Once you see them all on one page, you will have no doubt this was an extremely unfair trial that benefited the defense from the very beginning. From the pre-trial, and the unfairness was evident. Judge Koshoff laid ground rules that would favor the defense immensely. There was to be no mention of the cover-up, no mention of how Tacoma Police, then the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, and then the Washington State Sheriff's Department, and then the Washington State Patrol all tried to investigate themselves, exonerate the officers involved. No mention of how the 3 investigations were so botched, corrupt, that the Attorney General had to form an investigative task force to take over. The judge was disallowed any mention on how the Tacoma police had treated and harassed Emmanuel his entire life. Patrick Malone and the Seattle Times discovered that Tacoma police had documentation of over 40 Brady stops with Manning. A Brady stop is where officers initiate a stop on a civilian without any probable cause, justifiable suspicion, or 911 call. It is simply another term for a stop and frisk. Judge Hushkoff also did not allow any negative parts of the officers' histories to be allowed in. For example, no mention of Officer Timothy Rankin failing a psychological assessment shooting drill so badly that the head of the Police Training Academy emailed the Tacoma Police Department and urged them not to hire Rankin as an officer. No mention of Officer Shane Burbank's previous use of force complaints, of any mention of his previous complaints of racial profiling via Seattle Times article. In a complete 180, the judge did allow 2 previous interactions that Ellis had with police to be introduced into this trial. These 2 previous interactions of Manning having difficulty with the police juxtaposed against the officer's so-called clean past created an unfair picture. It made it seem Manning had a pattern of police run-ins and made it seem as if the officers had perfect past. However, the trust is that these officers had history of physical abuse, racism. Manning was not even suspected of committing a crime that night. That is the picture the jury deserved to hear because it is true. Instead, the judge manipulated what was allowed into the trial and what was kept out of the trial to show a fabricated history that portrayed the police in the best possible light while showing Manning as his absolute worst. There was also almost no mention of how the Ellis family had been harassed, targeted after this case went public. Marcia Carter Patterson, Manning's mother, found a tracking device on her car the night before she was scheduled to testify. See the Seattle Times article. The family had their tires slashed, and strange, suspicious cars had been circling their home and intimidating the family. This was not allowed into the trial because the judge believed it would lead to discussions of cover-up. That is how this expression of fact was justified by the judge. I blame the judge for the inequality of this case. He was a referee who favored the defense team in an obvious degree. Perhaps that is one reason why the U.S. Attorney General's office is now investigating the murder of Manning Ellis. It is impossible to ignore all the failings of the justice that happened during this trial. Continually throughout the trial, Hushkoff made small talk and joked with the defense and their families. He pandered to them. He smiled and chuckled with them, all the while Manning's family sat there and mourned their sons, prayed for justice. The judge also had a nasty cavalier attitude toward the lead prosecutor, Patty Eakes. He man-slammed and belittled her throughout the trial. The patience she had to bite her tongue and keep fighting for Manning's family was admirable. The judge also seemed not to even comprehend that a homicide had occurred. Remember, Manning was tased multiple times, beaten, handcuffed, hogtied, spit, hooded. Then Officer Rankin sat on Manning's back after Manning had said numerous times he could not breathe and let the breathe-in life slowly seep out of Manning. Rankin sat on Manning's back for nearly 10 minutes while Manning suffocated and died. The judge likened this to his older brother sitting on his back when the two were wrestling as children. I refuse to believe that Kulshoff is that naive. I feel he was purposely minimizing the accuracy in the eyes of the jury. This type of rhetoric could not be allowed in the trial. Also, true Twilight Zone fashion, he accused Eakes and the prosecution of racism for describing how the police treated Manning as less than human and worse than an animal. Wow, what an article. Wow, so as you know, I'm reading the Hilltop Action Journal. For the Hilltop by the Hilltop, award-winning publication, journals are viewable online at Hilltop Coalition, HilltopActionCoalition.org. Publisher, Hilltop Action Coalition. Hilltop Action Coalition is the publisher. Editors, Selene O'Bannon, Michaelia Lemons, Tara Newton. Guest contributors, Josh R., Hilltop Action Coalition, Tara Ann, McKeely Lemons, Teresa Brown, Bernard Whitley, People's Community Center, My Sierra, Antonio McLemore, Christy West, Matrix Beauty Supply, Darian Timmons, Love and Latte Espresso, Andrea McCarthy, Nikki Davison, Community Healthcare, Evergreen Empowerment Group, Tacoma Urban Performing Arts Center. Your ad here. Advertise with us. Hilltop Action Coalition, our mission to serve as a communications anchor for all of the Hilltop news and announcement. Executive Director, Tara Newton. Program Manager, Selena O'Bannon. Fed Coordinator is Shihara Hassan Matthews. Board President, Michaelia Lemons. Treasurer, Amita Lenal. Secretary, Jennifer Lacey. Additional board members, Tiffany Reese. Hilltop Action Coalition is recording board members. Meet our new executive director of the Hilltop Action Coalition. Welcome, Tyra Newton. Tyra, she brings 2 decades of dedicated service in civic and social roles throughout Tacoma and Pierce County. A proud graduate of Evergreen State College, located on the Hill, she maintains close connections to the area. Passionate about community empowerment, volunteering, and social action, Tara is known for her innovative bridge-building approach. She is thrilled to serve alongside the remarkable individuals at Hilltop Action Coalition and is participating and particularly enthusiastic about contributing to the well-being of the Hilltop neighborhood. In her free time, Tara hosts gatherings where she imparts creative techniques to enhance individual well-being. She also enjoys short road trips exploring the breathtaking scenic spots in the Pacific Northwest. With perpetual smile and a love for great humor, Tara has never met a stranger. For Tara, Hilltop Action Coalition is the heart of the Hill. As a proud black woman, she is deeply connected to the history of the Hilltop neighborhood, honoring those who paved the way for her to serve in this vibrant community. Hilltop Action Coalition monthly community meetings at Bryant Neighborhood Center, 1619 6th Avenue, Tacoma, Washington. Coming up meetings are April 29th, May 20th, June 24th, July 29th, August 26th, September 30th, October 21st, and November 18th. December holiday party to be determined. The meetings are always from 6 p.m. to 7:30. A message from the Executive Director, Tyra Newton, of the Hilltop Action Coalition and the Hilltop Action Journal. Message from the Executive Director by Tyra Newton. Let's see what the director says about herself. It is with great enthusiasm and gratitude that I address you as the newly appointed Executive Director of the Hilltop Action Coalition, affectionately known as the Heart of the Hill. As I step into this role, I am deeply honored to lead an organization with such a rich history of promoting safety and unity within our community. Established in 1989, the Hilltop Action Coalition has been a steadfast force for positive change throughout the 10 years. Today, I stand before you as the first permanent executive director, eager to continue the remarkable work of this organization. I am truly touched by the warm welcome I have received from all corners of our community. Your support fuels my determination to hit the ground running and tackle the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Looking forward to 2024, I am filled with optimism for the future of our neighborhood. As our community evolves, the Hilltop Action Coalition remains poised to serve as a vital conduit for communication and collaboration, ensuring that the voices of our residents are heard and valued. I am deeply grateful for the first you trust have placed in me to lead this organization. I pledge to listen to your concerns, champion on your aspirations, and work tirelessly to advance the well-being of our community. As I embark on this journey, I am mindful. I need to turn off the alarm. Hold tight. There we go. Okay, back again. As I embark on this journey, I am mindful of the incredible legacy left by trailblazers such as Dr. Maxine Mims, Alberta, Canada, Nettie Asbury, and the countless others who have laid the foundation of community, strength, and resilience. I hope to honor their memory by living up to their example and carrying forward their spirit of service and dedication. Together, let us make 2024 a year of progress, unity, and prosperity for the Hilltop community. Thank you for an incredible opportunity to serve. Yeah. All right. So, that was an introduction to the Hilltop Action Journal. I'm not finished with the journal. I'm going to have to do a part 2 on the Hilltop Action Journal. So, hey, stay tuned, stay present, and stay at your best. This is BK International Talent Scout. I have to stop now and get ready for part 3.